everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this series we will be analysing my previous chess games together. By reviewing my overall strategy and the individual move choices I made, we will be able to identify what I did well and how I can play better next time. Let's jump right into it. So first of all, I've analysed this game myself and I don't think that I did particularly well. I won as black, and as you can see already by the engine, I definitely didn't make the best moves. I did win, but let's just unpack it together. So let's stop here. There we go. So Alekhine's Defense Scandinavian variation. So both white and black, me playing as black, we both had one pawn and one knight in the center. This is normally how I like to start my games, and white obviously does too. So let's go straight here. I pinned the knight on c3 to the king, which I like to do, but the engine said I really should have moved the knight on f6 to safety, which looking back I do agree. I must have really wanted to hold my position. And then white responded by unpinning the knight to the king, but now the queen's there. So again, instinctively I thought now I can put a little bit more pressure on that knight and hopefully I'll be able to win it soon. I still haven't moved my knight on f6, and I've now castled, and I really could have focused on development. I do like to castle early, and now I've actually retreated the bishop, and I didn't win the knight, but I'm still determined. So now I'm moving the light squared bishop out, and because white didn't protect it, I then captured it. So I'm now up a knight. I haven't protected my knight on f6, finally. And then there's some focus on development. Again, some captures could have been made here, some pawn exchanges. And ultimately, I'm just slowly but surely moving my pieces into the center of the board. I really want to talk about this move here. This was not a good move. I don't think it was a good move. I'm attacking the queen on d2, which is great, but the bishop's actually hanging and is undefended, so the pawn on h4 could have taken me. The queen could have even taken me on g5. So I think this was a mistake, to be honest. The engine says it was a good move, but I don't think it was. So now what's happened is, so I saw that the knight on h2 was undefended, so now I'm making moves against that rook. White's now captured my bishop. I've gone for the knight. I've gone for the rook with the knight. So now this is interesting to me. White's queen could have captured my knight, but if you look now, it didn't. It started moving pawns forward and we exchanged some pawns, which I think is really, really interesting. Now I'm going after the queen. Again, the queen could just capture the knight on h2, but white didn't do that, which I thought was really interesting. I would have moved the queen to safety. So now what I've done, and I think I remember exactly where my mindset was at in this moment, I thought to myself, I can capture the queen, or I can check first. Then I'll win the queen in a moment. So the king moved away. The queen actually could have captured that knight, but then I would have recaptured with the pawn on f5. Then I won the queen, and in my mind, you can actually see by the threat arrows, I'm going to start moving the queen out. And it wasn't long now before I delivered mate with the queen, once I was able to get the queen onto the H file. So looking back now, I think, again, I'm happy I won the game, but I'm not entirely happy with my moves. I think I was making good moves, but not the best ones. If we go back here, I should have moved that knight. I really should have moved that knight. My bishop before was hanging, but again, I definitely had my target on the king and queen, and I got there eventually. But again, looking back, not a great game. I still won, and it's always nice to win. But looking back, I think that my development in this game was good. I definitely dominated the center, which I like to do. But I think I left some of my minor pieces hanging and unprotected for far too long. I think that I could have been a bit more deliberate with my attacks, and maybe I would have gotten here earlier. But overall, I hope you all learned something from this. I always learn every time I review my games, and I hope that this was really helpful to your development as well. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Very much looking forward to having you join me in my next videos. Bye.